Feed costs account for 53% of maintaining a cow in the state of Oklahoma. Of course, a big part of that cost is going to be hay. Here to talk about that is Dave Lalman. Dave, how you doing today?
Hi, Austin. Glad you could come out.
Oh, absolutely. Let's talk about this. Hey, how do we make sure that what we're putting out, we're making use of?
The big picture is that we'd like for people to shorten the length of the hay feeding season, and we can talk about that in some of these other segments, but we've discovered that if you use a certain type of hay feeder, you can save easily about 8% of the hay that you feed. And so it's a very valuable little piece of knowledge there. So let's take a look at this feeder.
Yeah, absolutely. What's special about this feeder as compared to anything else?
Well, the primary feature that I wanted to talk about is just this solid ring here on the bottom. And that solid ring is what accounts for about 8% less hay waste.
And with hay waste, you're talking about what we're seeing around us here. All this on the ground that's not going to be eaten. That's just trampled in and gone.
This bale was put in this little group of cows about 24 hours ago, and as you can see, there's some hay waste. But compared to a bale feeder that doesn't have this solid bottom 12 to 14 inches, there's substantially less hay waste.
Now that 8% you say, I mean, that doesn't sound like a huge number, but I guess if we add that up over a season, it's pretty serious.
It adds up. You know, the average length of the hay feeding period in Oklahoma is about 120 days. So let's just use, to keep the math simple, 100 days.
All right.
You know, we'd like to get it down to about 60, but let's just say 100 days. And if we've got 100 cows and they consume about 25 pounds per cow per day, 8% less waste, or just from hay feeding, is the equivalent of about 10 ton of hay savings over that, for that 100 cows, 100-day period. And so that's pretty dramatic. At $75 per ton of grass hay, you know, $750.
Absolutely, and you compare that to the cost of, you know, this extra piece on the feeder, it's probably going to be paid for pretty quickly.
I think we could pay for, you know, that sheet metal in about probably a month or two.